chosen ones. They're pacing their floor right now, absolutely flabbergasted by what just got disclosed about you. See, they thought they had you all figured out, thought their little schemes would keep you trapped forever. But something went catastrophically wrong with their plans last night. The universe just pulled the ultimate reverse card, and what they discovered about your true nature has them shaking in their boots. Picture this. While you were sleeping peacefully, they were up performing their desperate rituals. Blood, sweat, actual tears mixed into their pathetic spells. They even consulted other practitioners, spending their last dime trying to find someone, anyone, who could break through your defenses. But every single spiritual worker told them the same thing: you're untouchable, not just protected, favored, and that distinction has them spiraling into panic. The disclosure started small. They noticed their curses bouncing back, their hexes reversing with interest. Their attempts to cloud your judgment only made your third eye burst wide open. But then came the real shock. The opportunity they've been chasing for years, the one they thought they deserved, suddenly shifted trajectory. Like a magnet responding to a stronger force, it's heading straight for you, and there's nothing they can do to stop it. Here's what they don't want you to understand. Every attack they launched didn't just fail. It transformed into rocket fuel for your ascension. Think about it. That exhaustion you've been feeling, that wasn't them draining you. That was your spiritual DNA rewriting itself to handle massive blessings. Those obstacles that seemed impossible, they were actually gym equipment for your soul, making you strong enough to carry the weight of your destiny. The urgency in the air isn't yours to carry. Time isn't running out for you, it's running out for them. They've realized too late that they've been playing checkers while you've been playing chess. No, scratch that. You haven't been playing at all. You've just been walking your path, minding your business, while the universe orchestrated your victory behind the scenes. Let me paint you the real picture of what's happening. 3 months ago, they initiated something dark. We're talking about people so desperate they literally used bodily fluids in their rituals. They thought they were binding you, limiting you, trapping you in scarcity. But cosmic law has rules they never bothered to learn. When you attack someone walking in divine purpose, you don't just fail, you create a karmic debt that compounds daily. The seagulls circling their house aren't a coincidence. The nightmares waking them at 3 a.m. aren't random. The feeling that something terrible is approaching, that's the universe's collection agency coming for payment. But here's where it gets interesting. Their fear isn't about what's happening to them, it's about what's happening to you. See, your transformation isn't following normal rules anymore. What should take years is happening in weeks. What typically requires decades of work is downloading into your consciousness overnight. You're not evolving, you're quantum leaping, and they can actually see it happening. Your energy signature has become so bright, it's visible to anyone with spiritual sight. You're literally glowing, and it's driving them insane. The financial component has layers they didn't expect. This isn't just about money changing hands. The universe is restructuring entire systems to accommodate your rise, that opportunity speeding toward you. It's going to arrive through social media, through a connection that seems random but has been divinely orchestrated for years. Someone with serious resources has been searching for exactly what you offer. When they find you, and they will within days, everything changes instantly. But wait, there's something else they discovered that has them really shook. You're not alone in this. You're part of a massive collective rising, thousands of souls all breaking free simultaneously. Every victory you achieve weakens their entire network. Every boundary you set teaches others to set theirs. Every time you speak your truth, you activate dormant codes in others. You're not just winning your battle, you're leading an army whether you know it or not. The person approaching with crocodile tears deserves special attention. They're about to slide into your life with a sob story, claiming they always believed in you, that they tried to defend you when others didn't. Watch their face when you share good news. Notice that split-second delay before the fake smile, that micro-expression of pure envy. That's your confirmation. That's the one who's been working against you from the shadows. They might work for a charity or position themselves as fighting for justice. They'll try to bond with you over shared struggles, but energy doesn't lie, and yours has become too refined to fall for such amateur tactics. You'll see right through them, and here's the power move. You won't even need to expose them. Your silence, your knowing smile, your refusal to engage will tell them everything. They'll know that you know, and it will eat them alive. The legal component emerging isn't something to fear. Documents they thought were destroyed are about to surface. Digital footprints they thought were covered are already being traced. Witnesses they never knew existed are preparing to come forward. The very system they tried to weaponize against you is about to become the instrument of their downfall, and you won't have to lift a finger. It's already in motion. Now let's talk about what's really happening to your body. Those random pains, the shifting sleep patterns, the sudden bursts of energy followed by deep fatigue. You're not sick, you're upgrading. Your physical vessel is literally restructuring itself to hold more light. Your cells are vibrating at frequencies that shouldn't be possible. You're becoming something new, something they never calculated for in their small-minded schemes. The death energy surrounding them isn't metaphorical. Someone in their circle faces a literal exit, and it's going to shake their entire foundation. This isn't your karma or your doing. It's simply universal law playing out. When you invite darkness to dance, sometimes it decides to lead, and it doesn't always take you where you wanted to go. Your throat chakra activation is crucial right now. The words you speak carry unusual power, but this isn't about being careful or diplomatic. This is about speaking with the authority you've earned through surviving their attacks. When you declare your intentions now, reality reorganizes to match your words. You've become a living decree, and they know it. The business opportunity approaching has a specific number attached. Maybe it's the date it arrives, the amount offered, or a significant figure in the contract. When you see this number, you'll know immediately. Don't let old programming make you feel unworthy. This isn't luck or charity. This is your frequency, finally matching what was always meant for you. Here's what's got them really flabbergasted, though. Every spell they cast didn't just fail. It revealed information about who you really are. Through their attacks, they've seen glimpses of your future self, fully actualized, operating at maximum capacity. They've seen the empire you're going to build, the lives you're going to change, the systems you're going to disrupt. And they know they accidentally helped create the very thing they feared most. The collective working against you is fracturing. Darkness only maintains unity when there's a common enemy to fight, but now that you're clearly untouchable, they're turning on each other. Secret alliances are being exposed. Trust is evaporating. The network they built to contain you has become their prison, and they're starting to realize there's no escape. Some are actually trying to switch sides now. They want to attach themselves to your rising star, sensing your victory is inevitable. But you've developed something they didn't expect. Discernment, so sharp it cuts through pretense like a hot knife through butter. These fair-weather friends revealing themselves just as success becomes undeniable. You see them coming from miles away. Your guides want you to understand something critical. The hardest part is already over. That initiation you've been going through, you passed. Those tests that nearly broke you, you aced them. The dark night of the soul that had you questioning everything, that was your final exam, and you graduated with honors. What comes next is the victory lap. The money situation is about to shift so dramatically, you'll actually laugh at your current concerns, not because money won't matter, but because you'll realize how much energy you wasted worrying about something that was always guaranteed. The universe has been building a trust fund for you, compounding interest on every tear you shed, every sleepless night you endured, every attack you survived. If this resonates with your spirit, hype this video so more chosen ones can discover what's really happening behind the scenes. But here's the twist they never saw coming. While they obsessed over destroying you, they neglected their own growth. They spent so much energy trying to dim your light, they forgot to tend their own flame. Now they're sitting in darkness of their own making, forced to watch you shine brighter every day. The ultimate poetic justice, the relationships reshuffling in your life, are part of this cosmic reorganization. People wearing masks are being revealed. Some revelations will sting, but most will be relief. You've suspected the truth about certain people for months. Having it confirmed frees you from pretending you don't see what you see. No more playing dumb. No more dimming your intelligence to make others comfortable. New soul family members are incoming. These aren't just friends or romantic partners. These are people who vibrate at your frequency, who understand your mission without explanation, who celebrate your wins without jealousy. The loneliness you felt was just space being cleared for the right people to enter, and they're closer than you think. Your creative gifts are about to explode in ways that surprise even you. That project they tried to sabotage through energy attacks, it's about to find its perfect audience at the exact right moment. The market is primed for what you're offering. The world needs exactly what you're creating. This isn't hope. This is a prophecy fulfilling itself. The false evidence being manufactured against you has been corrupted at its source. Files they thought would incriminate you have mysteriously corrupted or disappeared. Screenshots they saved have somehow changed. Witnesses they counted on have either vanished or switched sides. The case they were building collapsed before it even began. Time distortions you've noticed aren't imagination. You're operating on divine timing now, where everything happens exactly when it should. What feels like months of struggle to them passes like moments of growth to you. You're in flow state while they're stuck in quicksand, and the gap is widening every day. Here's what the disclosure really revealed. You're carrying codes, frequencies, information that threatens their entire paradigm. Your success doesn't just mean you win. It means the game itself changes. The rules they've played by become obsolete. The systems they've used to control others lose their power. You're not just a player. You're here to flip the entire board. The physical symptoms you're experiencing are your body catching up to your energetic upgrades. Every cell is restructuring. Your DNA is activating dormant strands. You're literally becoming a different person at the molecular level. That's why people keep saying you look different, but can't pinpoint what changed. You're radiating at frequencies that bypass the conscious mind and speak directly to the soul. The opportunity coming through social media will seem random, but it's been orchestrated for years. Every post you made, every authentic expression, every time you chose to show up as yourself despite the attacks, you were building toward this moment. The right person will see the right message at the perfect time, and everything shifts instantly. But here's the real kicker. They discovered you're not just protected by basic spiritual forces. You have access to power sources they didn't know existed. Ancient protections activated by your bloodline, cosmic forces that predate their entire belief system. You're not playing in the minor leagues of spirituality. You're backed by the major leagues of universal law. Their flabbergasted reaction isn't just about your protection. It's about realizing they've been fighting someone who was never fighting back. While they exhausted themselves with attacks, you were simply walking your path. They've discovered that the greatest revenge isn't revenge at all. It's success that makes their efforts irrelevant. The spell to make you look older, tired, less attractive, it's reversing with compound interest. Not only are you recovering your natural radiance, you're becoming more magnetic than ever. People are drawn to you now in ways they can't explain. You've become a walking portal to higher frequencies, and everyone who encounters you gets upgraded just by being in your presence. Your voice now carries activation codes. When you speak your truth, others remember theirs. When you stand in your power, you give others permission to stand in theirs. This is why they tried so hard to silence you. They knew your voice would start a revolution. And guess what? It already has. The seagulls they're seeing, the omens appearing everywhere, the dreams that won't let them rest. It's all the universe's way of showing them the futility of fighting divine will. They're not being punished. They're being educated through direct experience about what happens when you try to destroy someone walking in divine purpose. The urgency you feel isn't about rushing, it's about readiness. The universe is asking you to prepare mentally, emotionally, spiritually for a level of abundance that would have overwhelmed you 6 months ago. But now, you're ready. The trials made you unbreakable, the opposition made you unstoppable. Your bank account is about to reflect your true value. But this isn't just money, it's validation that the universe sees you, supports you, and is actively resourcing your mission. The scarcity they tried to program into you is about to be exposed as the lie it always was. The collective awakening you're part of is accelerating. Thousands of souls breaking free simultaneously, all discovering their power at once. Every victory you achieve weakens their entire control system. You're not just winning your battle, you're contributing to a massive shift in collective consciousness. So here's the climax they never saw coming. The very attacks meant to destroy you have transformed you into everything they feared. You haven't just survived, you've thrived. You haven't just endured, you've evolved. You haven't just resisted, you've transcended. And now the resolution unfolds before their horrified eyes. The opportunity arrives exactly as predicted. The money flows effortlessly into your account. The right people appear at the perfect moment. The creative projects find their audience. The legal situations resolve in your favor. Everything they tried to prevent became inevitable. But the ultimate plot twist? You're not even operating at full capacity yet. Everything until now has been you at maybe 20% power. Imagine their shock when you finally decide to stop holding back, when you fully step into who you really are, when you stop playing small to make others comfortable. The disclosure has changed everything, but not how they expected. Instead of revealing weakness, it revealed invincibility. Instead of exposing vulnerability, it exposed divine protection so powerful it defies their comprehension. Instead of showing them how to stop you, it showed them why they never could. Remember that exhaustion from the beginning. That was your metamorphosis. Those obstacles that seemed impossible, you've already overcome them. That urgency in the air, it was never yours to carry. The universe has been setting you up for this moment since before you were born. They're flabbergasted because they finally understand the truth. You were never their victim. You were their teacher, showing them through direct experience what happens when darkness tries to extinguish light. The light doesn't just survive, it becomes blinding. Your glow-up isn't beginning, it's accelerating beyond anything they calculated for. The protection around you isn't temporary, it's permanent and growing stronger. The success heading your way isn't lucky, it's inevitable, written in the stars before they ever thought to move against you. So stand tall in your power, chosen one. Let them be flabbergasted. Let them scramble to understand how their perfect plans led to your perfect victory. Let them witness what happens when divine favor meets human determination. Let them learn that some people are simply untouchable, not because they're better, but because they're aligned with something greater. The seagulls that started circling them, they're still there, waiting. The nightmares that began haunting them, they're getting worse. The feeling that something terrible is approaching, it's accurate. But for you, the sun is rising, the path is clearing, and everything you've been waiting for is about to arrive all at once. Now let me tell you about the deeper layers of what's been disclosed. See, while they were focusing on surface-level attacks, trying to mess with your money, your relationships, your opportunities, they accidentally triggered something ancient in your bloodline. There are protections around you that go back generations, spiritual contracts written before you were even born. Your ancestors have been waiting for this moment, for someone in the lineage strong enough to activate these dormant gifts. The synchronicities you've been experiencing aren't random. That repeating number you keep seeing, that's a countdown, not to something ending, but to something beginning. When that number sequence completes, when you see it in its final form, that's when the full transfer happens. The wealth, The power, the influence they thought they were accumulating, it's all being redirected to you through cosmic law they don't even understand. Here's something that will really bake your noodle. The person who's been orchestrating these attacks, they're connected to you in ways they don't even realize. This isn't your first dance with them. You've encountered their energy in different forms, different lifetimes, different dimensions, and every single time the pattern is the same. They attack, you rise. They scheme, you ascend. They think they're your enemy, but they're actually your personal trainer, assigned by the universe to make you stronger. The company or organization they're part of is about to go through a massive scandal. Internal documents are about to leak. Whistleblowers are finding their courage. The entire house of cards they've built their identity on is about to collapse. And when investigators start digging, they're going to find your name on a list of targets. But instead of you being investigated, you're going to become the key witness that brings everything down. Let's talk about the technology component no one expected. Your digital footprint, the one they thought they could manipulate or use against you. It's become sentient in a way. The algorithm itself has become your ally. Every attempt to shadow ban you, to suppress your content, to limit your reach, has triggered the opposite effect. The AI systems running these platforms recognize authentic frequency, and yours is so pure it overrides their manipulation attempts. The dreams you've been having about water, about flying, about being in massive buildings with endless rooms, those aren't dreams. You're attending classes in the astral realm. You're being taught advanced spiritual technologies that won't be mainstream for another decade. You're downloading information that will position you as a thought leader in spaces that don't even exist yet. They tried to attack your third eye to stop this, but instead they blew it wide open. That random person who's about to reach out to you through social media, they're not random at all. They've been searching for you for 2 years without knowing your name. They had a vision, a dream, a knowing that someone with your exact gifts, your exact energy signature, your exact mission exists. They've turned down hundreds of others waiting for you to appear. When they message you, it won't be with a small opportunity. It will be with something that makes your current dreams look like thinking too small. The financial figure attached to this opportunity has sacred geometry embedded in it. It's not just a number, it's a code. When you see it, something in your DNA will recognize it. You'll feel a physical sensation, maybe a chill, maybe warmth spreading through your chest. That's your body confirming what your soul already knows. This money isn't payment, it's an energy exchange that will activate the next level of your mission. But here's what's really going to shock them. The protection around you has become contagious. Everyone who genuinely supports you, who celebrates your wins, who holds space for your growth, they're getting upgraded too. Your rising tide is literally lifting all ships in your harbor. Meanwhile, everyone who wished you ill, who celebrated your struggles, who tried to dim your light, they're experiencing mysterious failures, unexplained losses, opportunities that vanish the moment they reach for them. The health issues they tried to manifest in your body have become the catalyst for your superhuman vitality. Every symptom they tried to create forced your body to develop immunity, not just to their attacks, but to entire categories of illness. You're becoming medically impossible, defying what should be probable based on your genetics, your environment, your history. Doctors will look at your test results and use words like remarkable and unprecedented. Let me reveal something about the timeline shifts. You're not living in the same reality you were 6 months ago. That's not metaphorical. You've literally jumped timelines, and they're still attacking the version of you that no longer exists. They're fighting shadows while the real you has already moved into a dimension where their weapons don't work. That's why everything they do seems to miss the mark. They're aiming at where you were, not where you are. The creative project that's about to explode, it contains light codes that will activate thousands of people. You thought you were just creating content, art, music, or writing. But embedded in your work are frequency signatures that bypass the conscious mind and speak directly to the soul. People will engage with your creation and experience spontaneous healings, sudden clarity, breakthrough realizations. You're not just a creator, you're a cosmic DJ, mixing frequencies that upgrade human consciousness. The person with crocodile tears who's about to approach, they're carrying a recording device. They think they're going to get you to say something incriminating, something they can twist, something they can use, but your guides are going to give you the exact words to say that will expose them instead. You'll speak in a way that seems normal to you but will contain truth bombs that detonate later when they try to use the recording. Here's a wild revelation. The group that's been working against you, half of them are bots. Not internet bots, but spiritual bots. Empty vessels programmed by darker forces to attack anyone carrying your frequency of light. They look human, they act human, but they have no genuine soul essence. That's why their attacks feel so cold, so calculated, so devoid of actual human emotion. You're not fighting people, you're fighting programs, and you've developed the antivirus. The money that's about to flow to you isn't coming from where you expect. Yes, there's the obvious opportunity through social media, but there's also something else. An inheritance, a settlement, a refund, a discovery of something valuable you didn't know you owned. The universe is about to pay you back with interest for everything that was stolen, everything that was blocked, everything that was delayed. We're talking about a number that will make you sit down and question if it's real. The legal document that's about to surface contains their confession. They were so arrogant, so certain of their victory. They put their plans in writing. They detailed their attacks, their methods, their targets. They created the evidence that will be their undoing. And the beautiful irony, they sent it to you months ago, hidden in something else, thinking you'd never find it. But you will, or rather, it will find its way to the surface at the perfect moment. Your energy field has developed something unprecedented. You're now generating what can only be described as a reality distortion field. Whatever you focus on with intention doesn't just manifest, it manifests in ways that exceed your imagination. You're thinking in 3D while the universe is delivering in 12D. Every visualization you have is being interpreted by cosmic forces and upgraded to its highest possible version. The relationship that's about to enter your life isn't just romantic or platonic, it's a soul contract activation. This person carries the other half of a code that will unlock resources, opportunities, and abilities you can't access alone. Together you won't just be powerful, you'll be unstoppable. The opposition knows this person is coming, and they're trying desperately to intercept them, to turn them against you before you meet. But soul contracts can't be broken by amateur magicians playing with forces they don't understand. The building you keep seeing in your dreams, the one with endless rooms and floors, that's not symbolic. You're going to own a building like that within 18 months. It will become the headquarters for what you're building, a physical anchor point for the frequency you're holding. People will travel from around the world just to be in that space, to feel the energy you've cultivated there. But here's the deepest disclosure of all. You're not human in the way you've been taught. You're a hybrid consciousness, part human, part something else entirely. That's why their attacks based on human psychology, human weakness, human limitation don't work on you. You operate by different rules, different physics, different cosmic laws. You're not playing the same game they are. You're not even on the same board. The number 17 keeps appearing because it's your activation code. When you see it in its final sequence, combined with other numbers you've been noticing, it will trigger a download so massive you'll need to sleep for 3 days straight to integrate it. During those 3 days, you'll experience what others would call impossible. By location, time travel, conversation with beings that don't exist in this dimension, you'll wake up differently, knowing things you have no logical way of knowing. The technology company that's about to discover you isn't looking for what you're currently offering. They're looking for something you haven't even created yet. But when they see your current work, they'll recognize the potential, the signature, the frequency they've been searching for. They'll offer you resources not just to continue what you're doing, but to build something entirely new, something that will disrupt entire industries. Your body is producing a pheromone that's never been documented. It makes trustworthy people feel safe around you, and predatory people feel exposed. That's why you've noticed certain people suddenly avoiding you while others are mysteriously drawn closer. You've become a walking truth detector, and everyone around you unconsciously knows it. The false evidence they created using AI, deepfakes, and manipulated screenshots, the technology itself is about to expose them. Digital forensics they didn't know existed will prove not only that the evidence is fake, but will trace it back to their devices, their IP addresses, their digital fingerprints. They thought they were tech-savvy, but they're about to learn what happens when cosmic justice employs quantum computing. The spiritual practitioner they consulted, the one who told them you were untouchable, that person recorded everything, not with technology, but with spiritual witnessing that can be retrieved and verified by others with the sight. Your attackers' confessions, their methods, their intentions, all of it has been etherically documented and will be revealed when the time is right. Here's something that will blow your mind. The exhaustion you felt wasn't just from energy upgrades. You were literally fighting battles in multiple dimensions simultaneously. While your consciousness was here, dealing with 3D reality, other aspects of you were defeating their attacks in realms they didn't even know existed. You've been winning on levels of reality they can't even perceive, and that's why their confusion is so complete. The moment of final revelation is approaching faster than anyone expects. Within the next moon cycle, everything hidden will be brought to light, not just their attacks on you, but their entire network of manipulations spanning years. Names will be named, receipts will be shown, the supposedly untouchable will be touched, and you'll be sitting in your power, watching it all unfold, knowing you didn't have to lift a finger for justice to be served. The person who betrayed you most deeply, they're about to have a spiritual awakening, so violent it will shatter everything they thought they knew about themselves. They'll see in vivid detail every harm they caused, every lie they told, every moment they chose darkness over light, and they'll feel it all from your perspective. This isn't revenge, it's education at the soul level, and it will transform them completely. Your DNA is activating strands that scientists claim don't exist. You're developing abilities that won't be publicly acknowledged for another decade. Telepathy, remote viewing, energy healing, manifestation at will. These aren't spiritual concepts anymore. They're becoming your living reality. And the beautiful part, you can't turn it off. You're becoming more powerful with each passing hour, whether you're trying to or not. The financial explosion coming your way has tentacles reaching into multiple industries. It's not just one opportunity, but a web of interconnected possibilities, each one amplifying the others. Media, technology, healing, education, entertainment. You're about to become a multidimensional entrepreneur without even trying. Opportunities will come to you like moths to a flame, drawn by your frequency. But here's the cosmic joke that has them absolutely losing their minds. They spent so much time and energy trying to destroy you that they forgot to protect themselves. While they were sending attacks your way, they left their own energy fields wide open. Now they're experiencing everything they tried to send to you, but amplified. Every curse has become their reality. Every limitation they tried to impose has become their prison. They played themselves in the most spectacular way possible. Look, you already know the game is rigged, and if you're paying attention, you know the walls are closing in. So let's talk about what we're doing about it. When you live by the day at the market's command, where profit and property rule the land, to be heard, to be held, to be dealt a fair hand, these are the things that a people demand, and we hear you. The Obsidian Inner Order has paywalls, yes. Those who stand with us, who fuel this mission, they give us ammunition to fight the Archons, to push back against the machine, to go deeper, to uncover more. And as our thank you, paid members get access to a 1-hour live, personalized weekly group tarot reading guidance, insight and clarity for the road ahead. But kicking a man for being down on the floor, that's something we cannot ignore. That's why starting today, you can steal the Astral Atom exclusive daily newsletter for free. No paywall, no catch. Just join the Patreon free tier, link in the description. This is the start of our conversation with you, and it's bi-directional. You can reply to any email we send you. We'll read it, we'll hear you, and we'll do our best to get an answer to you from the universe itself. If you can support, we need you. If you can't, take what's free. The Obsidian Inner Order is open. Now let's get back to work. The weather patterns around them are reflecting their inner chaos. Sudden storms when they try to plan, equipment failures when they try to scheme, technology glitches when they try to communicate. The physical world itself has turned against them, not through your doing, but through natural law. The universe doesn't play favorites, but it does enforce its rules, and they've broken every single one. Your voice has developed harmonics that healed trauma just by speaking. People feel better after talking to you, even if the conversation was about mundane things. You're literally speaking healing into existence, rewiring people's neural pathways with your frequency. This is why they tried so hard to silence you. They knew your voice would become a weapon of mass construction, building where they could only destroy. The art, music, or content you're creating contains codes that unlock abundance in others. People who engage with your work start experiencing their own financial breakthroughs, their own spiritual awakenings, their own protection activation. You're not just creating content, you're creating portals, and each person who genuinely connects with your work becomes a node in a network of light that's growing exponentially. The moment is approaching when you'll receive a message that changes everything. It might come as an email, a text, a DM, or even a physical letter. But when you read it, you'll know immediately this is what everything has been preparing you for. The sender will reference something specific that only you would understand, a detail that confirms this is divinely orchestrated. This message will contain an offer that exceeds your current income by a factor that seems impossible. Your mere presence is starting to shift the collective consciousness of everywhere you go. Coffee shops become more peaceful when you enter. Toxic workplaces start healing when you're there. Even online spaces shift when you participate. You've become a walking healing zone, and it's getting stronger every day. People are starting to notice, even if they can't explain it. The child or children who will come into your life, whether your own or ones you mentor, will be even more powerful than you. They'll carry codes you've activated, but at even higher frequencies. Your role is to protect them until they're ready to step into their power. This is why you're being given resources now, why you're being positioned for influence. It's not just about you, it's about what you're preparing the ground for. This is your moment, chosen one. The disclosure has been made. Everyone now knows exactly who you are. Someone divinely protected, divinely favored, and divinely destined for everything they tried to steal. Their flabbergasted reaction is just the beginning. Wait until they see what happens next. The seeds you planted during your hardest struggles are about to bloom all at once. Every tear you cried was watering future blessings. Every night you couldn't sleep was downloading future wisdom. Every moment you felt alone was teaching you to stand in power without external validation. The harvest is here, and it's going to be so abundant you'll need help managing it all. Your empire isn't coming, it's here. Your victory isn't approaching, it's accomplished. Your transformation isn't starting, it's complete. And the beautiful truth that has them absolutely flabbergasted, you did it all without ever stooping to their level. You won by simply being exactly who you were always meant to be. The portals opening in your life right now aren't just bringing opportunities, they're bringing versions of yourself from timelines where you already succeeded, merging with your current consciousness to accelerate your knowing. You're not learning new things, You're remembering what you already accomplished in dimensions where time moves differently. So as the seagulls continue circling their house, as the nightmares intensify their warnings, as the feeling of impending consequences grows heavier on their shoulders, you rise. You rise not in opposition to them, but in completion of your purpose. You rise not to prove them wrong, but to prove the universe right for choosing you. The disclosure revealed one final truth that shatters their entire worldview. You were never their target. You were their test. A test they failed spectacularly. They were given the opportunity to recognize divinity in human form, to support rather than suppress, to celebrate rather than desecrate. Their choice sealed their fate. Your rise was never in question. Only their response to it was being measured. The universe has spoken. The disclosure has been made, and now everyone knows the truth. You're not just chosen. You're unstoppable. Let them be flabbergasted. You've got a destiny to manifest, and nothing in heaven or earth can prevent what's already been decreed. The stage is set, the actors are in place, and your standing ovation is about to begin.